Hi, and welcome to When Jesus Comes to Deer Camp. This is my first video in a while since the close of hunting season here in Texas. And today I am in the Sam Houston National Forest. I'm at the Big Woods Hunters Camp. It's a free camping area. And got a nice weekend. It's been nice for a while here. It's mid-March, but got a really nice weekend. And decided I need to get out and spend some time just in the quiet and spend some time in solitude. And got set up probably 10:30 in the morning, and I'll stay all day and then leave for in the morning. I want to talk a little today about solitude. So at least 9 times in the New Testament, it talks about Jesus seeking solitude. Sometimes he goes to the desert, sometimes he goes into the wilderness. Sometimes they don't mention exactly where he goes, but he would often go to seek solitude. And I started kind of thinking about that and thinking the reasons why. Obviously, Jesus didn't need to do that. There's very little Jesus needed to do other than the will of his Father. But I'm sure he did it as an example for us, as he often did. And so while I studied this, it's like, okay, what reasons would Jesus go to seek solitude? What reasons should we go to seek solitude? And I came up with a short list for preparation, for rest, to focus on prayer and get away from distractions, for mourning, and to contemplate important decisions. And you can kind of look through the times that Jesus sought solitude, and it was often related to those things. So preparation, to prepare yourself for something that might be upcoming, or if you don't know what's coming next, and just prepare yourself to be obedient. Rest, that's a big one. To seek rest away from others and kind of time for self-reflection. So, oftentimes vacations are not particularly restful. One thing about going and being by yourself and seeking solitude, especially in a forest, is you can rest away from distractions, and that's critical to me. Our world is so busy, and it keeps getting busier. There's technical distractions. There's noise and people and TV and our phones, and it's like the world is designed to distract us from what's real. The case on mourning is interesting. So Jesus went and sought solitude after John the Baptist was beheaded. And that's an interesting one that I hadn't thought of, is that Jesus was mourning. And, oftentimes, if you experience loss, you want to be alone. And people always, at best intentions and with the best hearts, come and try to help. But sometimes it's best to process that in solitude. And then finally, contemplating important decisions. This is an interesting one because sometimes, certainly you want advice on important decisions, but sometimes before you even go and ask advice, maybe it's best to get away and get by yourself and think it through. Think of your options. Think of the pros and cons of the decision you're about to make. So I found that pretty helpful. And then I was thinking, okay, I like to do this, I like to go, but I like to be in the wilderness. I like to be out in nature. And I thought of a couple reasons why being in nature to me is important for all of the 5 kind of above reasons to seek solitude. Reasons that I choose nature is, 1, because it's quiet. You're just away from all those distractions. It's physically quiet. If you choose, especially an isolated area. Out here now, I hear an occasional airplane. Mostly it's just birds and the breeze. Second is I love to be surrounded by creation. It's unspoiled. And it's just a constant reminder. It's like I'm putting myself in the middle of all the evidence of God. And that's a constant reminder for me. Next is I'm uninterrupted. So generally I'm going to avoid things like campgrounds or places where there's lots of people. This is a dispersed camping area that I'm at. There's a couple of folks way at the other end of the campground. They're just parked here to go mountain biking. As of right now, there's not another soul out here camping. Often I like to go to my property, which obviously I will completely be by myself then. So I like to be a place where I'm not going to get interrupted. And then finally, and I really thought about this, one of the important things is it's like fasting. You're fasting from convenience. I have some pretty good camping gear, but it is not the convenience of home, and that's on purpose. That we should fast from those conveniences, because those conveniences are also distractions. And out here, I didn't bring much. I brought a Bible, I brought a notebook. I didn't even bring my good recording equipment. I'm doing this all on a cell phone today. I have lousy service out here, so I'm trying to fast from convenience and really concentrate on what's important. So those are the reasons I choose Solitude. Interesting to think about, and I hope it makes you think a little bit. Thanks.